Hello. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't join yesterday, so I was in another thing. It was very emergency, kind of. Okay. Yeah. So I couldn't join yesterday. Yeah. Okay. So have you practiced all the before concepts?
Mostly
Any
views.
doubts?
I have practiced till views, except stored procedures. I have practiced few more things.
Okay. So did we finish stored procedures as well?
Yes, sir. Yesterday we had started about the stored procedures.
Okay. I thought we are supposed to finish stored procedures. Okay. So what else is pending here?
UDF and
Okay.
indexes.
Okay. So UDFs are pending. Okay.
Figures, cursors.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. We will discuss about them today. So if possible, can you share your screen, please? My system is, I have a problem with sharing my screen.
Okay.
Here.
కనిపిస్తుంది సార్
ఇంకా లేదా
ఇప్పుడు కనిపిస్తుంది కదా లేదా
లేదు. Yeah, now I can see.
మళ్ళీ ఓపెన్ చేయాలి అది SQL ఓపెన్ చేసుకుంటే డేటాబేసెస్ అవన్నీ కనిపించట్లేదు.
Okay. Restart to that SSMS.
Okay. No, okay, sir.
Yeah, I can see it now. Okay. Okay. Today, వద్దు నువ్వే టైప్ చేయను తర్వాత. So, okay, so we will discuss about functions today. Okay.
Okay.
So, functions are also group of statements just like stored procedures.
Yeah.
Okay. But the case in functions is the function, any particular function, whether it may be a system function or a user defined function, it should give you a value. It should give you an output. But in stored procedures, so there is no compulsion that it should give an output. Okay. So we can define it either way. So we can define it in a way that it doesn't give you output, or we can define it in a way that it will give you an output, right? But when coming to functions, the thing is it should definitely give you an output. Okay. So when talking about output, so we have different types of functions that give you different types of output. Okay. Based on what kind of output it will give. So based on the output, so we have classified the functions here. Okay. So we have two types of functions. So one is a scalar valued function. So another one is a table valued function. Okay. So if you want, you can write here just for your reference. If you want to write, you can type it there. So functions are a group of statements, so which must return a value. Okay, fine. Fine. So yeah, so we said, so we have two types of functions. One is scalar valued function and another one is table valued function. Okay. So as we know, the scalar means single. Okay. Scalar means single. Okay. So by the name, we can recognize that scalar valued function means it will give you a single value. So whether it might be of any data type. Okay. So the data type doesn't matter, that we are going to define. So what is the data type of the output thing? Okay. But it is going to return a single value as an output or as an return value. Okay. When coming to table valued functions, so this will give you a table as an output. This will give you a table as the whole table, means with rows, columns and all. So this will give you a table as an output. So these are the two different functions, two types of different functions, so that we create in real time also. Okay. So based on our need, so we can choose our function. Okay. Okay. Now, so let's see how to create a parameter here. Okay. Yeah. So let's I'll tell you. So you write a function, the same like procedure, the same syntax. So but instead of proc, you will be using function here. Okay. So write create function.
Create function name.
Yeah. Yeah. So here in this now we are trying to write a scalar valued function. Okay. So we are going to get is, so we are trying to get here the maximum salary of employees. Okay. So we are trying to get what is the maximum salary among all the employees. Okay. This is what we are trying to get here in this function. Clear? Yeah. So you can just write the function name max of salary. No, you should, no need to write the scalar. Have you given the name as scalar function?
No.
Yeah, you can write anything, any name.
Name for the identification, we can like that.
Yeah, you can write that. No problem.
Yeah. Now we need to give parameters, huh?
No, we don't need. So this is here without parameter function.
Okay.
So before the name of the function, just like how we did for views and stored procedures, so you can follow a standard naming convention, like a best practice. So you just add a prefix called UDF or FN.
Okay.
Any prefix. You can either add UDF, user defined function, or just FN. Anything would do. UDF underscore. That defines, like, when you see the name, you will get to know that
Yeah,
it is a user defined function.
yeah. Oh,
Okay. For stored positions also you can use
USB.
USP or SP. Okay.
Yeah,
SP is mostly used by the system stored
yeah.
procedures. You can make use
So
of USP. Or if you have any other
names.
schemas, names, conventions, you can use them. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. So create function, the function name, and so here you should give you
hmm.
should give the output value data type. Okay.
Okay. Return type also we need to give.
Yeah. So what is the type of value? What is the data type of the value that we are going to return from this function? So we have to write that.
Okay.
So it should say returns.
Okay. Returns.
Yes,
Sir,
returns.
just give me a moment, sir.
Yeah.
Off करो. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Any gathering going on in your home?
Uh, sister is came, sir.
Okay.
My niece also. Okay.
Yep. So you should write the data type of the return value. So here our return value is maximum of salary. Salary is integer data type.
Integer.
So you should write returns int. Okay.
Okay.
And now as
As
and here after as usual, we should write our begin and block. So
okay.
between the begin and block, we should write our queries. Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
Select.
need a table. Uh, there is a primary key, sir. Is it?
Which primary key?
Yeah, primary key is there. There is no problem, right?
No problem.
Can we use this table? I think.
So does this have any data?
Uh,
Just do select top 1000. Yes.
Go through the parent table. Instead of this, we can add a.
So or else you can use the child one also. Like since we have
Hmm.
two records right with salary,
Yeah.
so we'll just use that. Okay. We will just write on top of this table. Anyways, we have salary column. So just write max of salary from.
Okay.
Yeah. So just execute that query. Okay, so this is what we've got, right?
Yeah.
So do you have the employee table here?
Huh?
You don't have the employee table here?
No.
Okay. Now do you have the customer details, something? See? Does it have any data?
But
Okay,
it
what is
doesn't have
it?
salary.
Mhm.
This also is no salary.
Okay, let's do one thing. So let's go with the child table. So we will continue with that.
Okay. This we can add here few tables now.
Sorry?
Few columns. We can add a few rows.
Yeah, you can add
Yes,
some few rows if you want.
So before giving that, we need to add here parent
What?
table.
Okay, is this a child table? So
This is
is
a
foreign key
primary
reference
key,
one?
no?
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
No?
Okay. So here,
Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు max of salary అంటే నీకు అది max of salary display అవుతుంది కదా.
Yeah.
So if you want to now here you want to return a value through the function.
Okay.
Okay. So usually if you put a select statement in a function,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it will display the output, right?
Yeah.
So let's try creating this one. One more thing. So after the function, you should here in the first line, after the function name, you should
Yeah.
put brackets after the function name, closed and open and closed bracket
Where, sir?
after the function name.
Here.
Yes, after the function name, you should put open and closed bracket.
Okay.
So that is one way. So you know that it is a function. Okay. So there should be
Okay.
no space. Just okay.
Here we are showing.
That doesn't matter. Just leave it.
Okay. Okay. This is the syntax of scalar function. I think.
Yeah, for any function,
Yeah.
even if you are trying to use function anywhere, so you
Hmm.
should use the brackets there. Even
Yeah.
if there is nothing to pass, you should give empty brackets. Okay.
Okay.
Let's create that one.
So I
So
execute this code.
and before that, before executing, you should write just command line called return. So
Here.
what is the value you want to return? That you should write return max of salary. Okay.
Here only, huh? Return.
Yes, yes. Return max of salary. So that is what you want to return, right?
Yeah. I need to give same that function, or I need to type literally. We need to type.
You can type. We will see. So we are going to try some errors here. Try max of salary.
Again, this will become a function. We are using an aggregate function.
Yes. No, we are using function inside a function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That doesn't matter.
return, it means here we need to give a return value means.
So what that function should return.
Okay.
So that's what we're giving us. So we
Here.
want the function to return max of salary,
Okay.
right? So to return max of salary, there should be a value for max of salary, right?
Hmm.
So before returning the value, so we should give some value to that max of salary. So that's what we are giving in the first line, the select max of salary from
Yeah.
child tab. So you can, I mean, you can remove the alias name. That's not needed there.
Here.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Here in the next line, here we need to give a name, or this function only enough for that, huh?
That's what we should. So as per syntax, we should give other things. So we are trying with this function. Okay.
Okay. Can I
We are
give it?
trying this function just to get errors.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's try creating this one.
Select statements include within a function cannot return data to a
Yeah.
client.
Yeah. Let's keep it that way. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see here, so
Yeah.
since we have a select statement here, so
Hmm.
usually what happens in procedure, if we had a select statement at the end of the procedure,
Hmm.
if we execute the procedure, that will give you some data. That will give you some return a data set, right?
Yeah.
But here in functions, if you give a select statement, it will not give you a data. Okay.
Okay.
If you see here in the second line,
Yeah.
select statements included within a function cannot return a data, cannot return data.
Okay.
Just like how procedures did, they cannot give you data. So what we can imply here. So if you just write select star from a procedure name, okay. Let's say a procedure is having the select statement, okay, at the
Okay.
end. In the query part at the end, it is having select statement, okay.
Okay.
So if you do select star from that procedure, and if you give the procedure select star from procedure name instead of table
Okay.
name, so it will give you output. It will give you the data, okay.
Yeah.
But if you write a select star from function name, so keeping a select statement in function, so it doesn't give you any output because functions doesn't work that way, okay.
Okay.
So if you are giving an output means, so that is a what data set which is having columns and names, right? So
Okay.
that doesn't work that way. Functions doesn't work that way. So we cannot give a select statement directly and expect the function to return a value. Okay.
Okay.
So for that, what we need to do is, so we have to, in the select statements, whatever the things we are writing, so we have to get an output from there. Okay, just like how we did select max from child tab. Okay.
Okay.
So here we got the max of salary, right?
Yeah.
So that max of salary, we have to assign it to a variable.
Okay.
So we have to assign that particular value or the
To
particular output from that select statement to a variable. And we
then we
have
need
to
to
return that variable
okay.
instead of returning max of salary, we have to return that variable there. Okay.
Okay.
So
Then
for
we
to
need to
declare we
declare
have to declare a variable inside the
variable.
begin end block. So we have to declare a variable and then assign that value, output value to that variable and return that variable.
Return.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just declare a variable here. No, address should not be before. That is for the
Yeah.
variable name.
Delete.
Yeah, you can give anything at the rate value. Okay. Now in select statement, you can use select at the rate value equals to. In select statement, select at the rate value equals to.
That's it, sorry. Then we need to return here value.
At the rate value. Now
Okay,
what
to
happens
store
is,
that the result of a max salary value.
yeah, to
it
store the
stores in
result of the
a
output, we should use a variable and we should
okay.
return that variable.
That variable. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now create this function.
Yeah. Executed this one.
Yeah. Select.
And now we need to
You can write the select statement. You should use select and the function name.
oh, we need to give function name, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to give the brackets also.
Brackets also.
Yes, brackets are compulsory for a function.
Okay. Instead of here, we can also give a parameters also. Okay?
Yeah, we can give parameters also.
Not recognized built-in function.
So
name.
maybe you can use schema name before the function name. Use dbo dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just execute this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So see, so we have got the maximum salary. I mean, we have returned the maximum salary among all the employees here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we will see the other function which is with parameter. Okay. Same the scalar function with the parameter. Okay. Just change the name of the function here, or you can copy that and put it somewhere.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now we'll talk about scalar function with parameter.
Yes, sir. We need to change the name, na?
Yeah,
So
just
it will
change the
become
name.
same. Now it's open.
Yeah. So now what we are trying to do is, so here we are trying to get max of salary according to a department. on the given department. Okay, so we will be
Okay.
passing the department name. Okay, from the department ID or department name, so we are going to get the max of salary. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we are trying to get from this function. Okay.
Yes.
So here, so what we have to give is what we are, apart from creating the function, what we have to give is we have to pass the department name, department
Okay.
ID or department name, from which we have to get the maximum of salary, right? So we
Okay.
have to give department name as an parameter here. Okay. So because that is what we are going to pass to the function.
Okay.
So we should use department name as a parameter here. Okay. So what is the column we have for department here?
Yeah.
Table.
I think
We have department ID. Okay. Go with department ID, DID.
yeah.
Yeah. So that is also an integer again, DID. And you should give the data type of that column also, of that
Data type
input
also.
variable.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is what integer, right? So we are going to pass an integer value, right? So the parameter name cannot be, I mean, there is no compulsion that parameter name should be same
Okay.
as variable name.
Okay.
You can change that.
Which one, sir?
The parameter name. You can change the parameter name. I mean,
yeah, this one, no?
Yeah,
DEP. Shall I give DEPT?
yeah, you can use any name to the variable. Okay. So
Okay.
because that is
Name
not the
doesn't matter.
column name, we are going to use. That is a
Okay.
variable that we are
Yeah.
going to create, right?
Variable. It means we need to give the rate here.
No, that is a parameter. So for variables, you will be giving at the rate.
Yeah.
But parameters, you don't have to give at the
No
rate.
need to give. Okay.
Yeah. So the functionality of these things is same. Okay. They can vary their value. Okay. They can change it value. They can change its value. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But the usage, where we are going to use these parameters. So the parameters are used while creating the function. Okay.
Okay.
So while creating the function, we will use the parameters, and to pass some values to some functions or stored procedures or views.
Yes.
So we will be using these parameters. Okay.
Okay.
So but variables are used within the processing query. Okay.
Okay.
So they will be used during the execution. Okay.
Okay.
So there for the variables, we will be using at the rate. For parameters, we will not use the at the rate. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we have written the create function UDF scalar function with parameter, and we have taken a parameter there.
Yeah.
Okay. And here also you should write the returns keyword. Okay. So here also we are trying to return the maximum of salary, which is an integer data type. Okay. Returns int as begin. Everything is same. Here also we are trying to get maximum of salary. Okay. We are trying to
Okay.
return maximum of salary. That anyways, we have already declared a variable to store the maximum of salary.
Yeah.
And we have written the return of that variable as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so to get the parameter that we have passed into the
Yeah.
query, so we should use a variable again.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we need to use a variable, no?
Yes.
Variable again DEP then.
Yeah. So what? So why did you write that there?
Okay.
No, we have to change the code inside first before
Yeah.
using the parameter select statement. We have to change the code there.
Yeah.
Okay. Just write a where condition there. Where department ID DID, which is DID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Department ID is equal to
So we have the column DID, right? We are filtering on column, so you should give DID.
Yes.
So not the variable name.
The name of the column is DID, no?
Yes. Where the DID
equals to department ID.
Yeah. Here you should use @department ID.
It's not a parameter, no? It's
but
parameter,
no? While giving it as a parameter, you should not use @. While giving as a variable in the query, okay. Here we are using that parameter in the query, right? So there you should use @. Okay. And here we are trying to give return value, right? So we have given the return value. We want to return @val, right?
Yeah.
So I've written that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's execute that. Do you see anything here?
Incorrect center near department ID. Okay. 15 line number 15 or 16. Procedure duty of the line 7.
So did we miss something here?
No, sir. Yeah, you must declare the scalar variable department ID.
So did we declare that?
No.
So no, not there. So in the query.
Okay. Here we need to declare that one also.
So we are going to pass a value for this department ID, right? So we are going to using this department ID parameter. So we are going to give a value to the function, right? So we are giving a value as an input to that function, okay? To use that function, to use that value inside the function, okay? There should be a variable which can hold the value of that parameter.
Yeah.
Right. So to store that value of the input parameter, there should be a variable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So what we have to do?
Here we need to declare variable.
Yeah. So or just try deleting. I mean, there you have written @department ID, right?
Yeah.
Just try removing @. So you should remember the error, okay? Yeah. So whatever the error you are getting while the creating variable.
Return statement with the return value cannot be used in context.
Yeah, just right. Execute this now. So what it is saying now?
A return statement with the return value cannot be used in this context. Okay. Same error. Incorrect center near department. Here, shall we return this value here @? No. We are storing here @ value only, no?
Yeah, that is the value we are going to return.
Declare the data type also. Yeah.
So let's try creating a variable. So
which one?
Try that. So as I said, to use the value of the parameter which we have passed. So there can be a variable in the code which can store the value of the parameter. Right? So do we have a variable here to store the value of the input?
No.
Okay, let's try that.
We need to give a different name.
I can try that.
Again. Here then.
So usually, without declaring the other variable also it will work. So we are trying a different approach here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we have to set that value, set a value for @det. Okay. Set @ equals det equals to. So which is the, you have going to pass the parameter value, right? You can write the parameter name here.
Here
And
we
in the
need
query, you can use @department. No, not there in the query, the select query.
here.
Yes.
Shall I execute?
Maybe my bad. Just a minute.
Must declare the scalar variable. I think.
Oh, yeah, in the function name, sorry, in the function name you can give the @ here. Try giving @
Yeah.
there. So
This
just,
one
yeah,
we don't need.
Comment out the declare and set part. Yeah.
Here @ is okay.
Yeah, that is okay there.
Yeah.
Yep. So now try passing a variable here. Try passing a parameter here.
Where department ID is equal 101. No?
Yes. Anything, I mean, any value that is
There
available in the table.
only 102, 101 is existing there. Okay. Okay.
So inside 101, so what is the ISL? So that you are going to get here. Okay.
So one more thing.
Yeah.
22 should be greater, no?
22 is from 102 department, right?
Yeah. Here we are giving 101.
Yeah. So we are passing DID where DID equal to 101. That is what we are passing here, right?
Okay. The parameter @dept. Okay.
So now we got to know the importance of the parameter, like how we can pass the parameters, how we can use the parameters there. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you had
To store the result, here we are declaring a variable at the value VAL.
Yeah. Yes. So earlier
Here
we have declared another variable, right?
Yeah.
@det. So that
Yes.
thing also you can do.
Yeah.
So you can declare another variable, declare @det and its
Yeah.
data type. And what you can do is you can set the value of DEPT which you are passing as a parameter to this new variable.
Yeah.
And use that way instead of using @DEPT in the query, you can use that newly created variable in the query, in the select query. So in the select query, in the where condition, you have used directly the parameter name, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can create a new variable and set the value of that parameter to that new variable. And you can use that new variable in the where condition. Instead of using the parameter name, you can use the new variable name also.
Here, no?
Yeah. So first, before using that DET, you have to set the value of DET to the value of DEPT ID.
DET is equals to @DEPT, no?
Yes.
Now Already an update here. Okay, okay. Shall we directly call this here? Direct.
So if you call that here, that is already created, right?
Yeah.
So that will execute the old code.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever was there before declaring the DET variable, so it will execute that code.
Okay. Shall we drop this function?
You can create
Can
another
we-
one if you want. If you want to keep it for your reference, you can drop it.
No, sir. I want to drop and again I want to create.
Yeah, you can drop that.
Then we write what's the query? Same query, no? Drop.
Yeah, drop.
Or we need to give a keyword function, no? Or not?
Yeah, you have to give the object name. So whatever the object we are trying to drop, so you have to give that object name. You have to give the object name. So what is the object you have to specify? Drop function or drop table.
Keyword, no?
Yeah. But using a variable again is not enough. So in most of the cases, we don't have to create another variable. We can use the parameter directly. But just in case, if you want another variable where you can store the data permanently.
Okay.
So let's say we have written a while condition there. Okay.
Here it is not necessary, no, sir. This one, I think we have
So,
created another variable.
there are cases where we want that variable also. So why? Because let's say you have a while condition in your function.
Okay.
Okay. So for a while condition, you are giving the initial value as the parameter. Okay. So whatever is the value of the parameter that you are giving as initial condition. Okay.
Okay.
So inside the while condition, what we'll do. So we will increment the value of that particular variable, right? Of the or that particular parameter. So we will keep on increasing that. So what will happen? The input value, whatever is given, whatever we have given to that parameter, will change.
Yeah.
Right? That will keep on changing, keep on getting incremented.
Yeah.
But in case after the while loop, so if there is a case where you have to compare your new value with the old value will not be there. You can see only the new value, right?
Yeah.
What in that case, what you can do? So before running the while loop, you can just store the value of that parameter in a new variable. Yeah, like this. Okay. And after the while loop, so where you get a new value, you can compare the value of the old variable, old one and the new one.
Then we can use that variable.
Yes. So based on scenarios, you might declare or you might not declare.
Okay.
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 Yeah. So that is about parameters. I mean functions with parameters.
Okay.
So now let's talk about table valued functions. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here, okay. So in the scalar valued function, so what we are giving in the return statement. So we were giving the data type of the output value as in returns, right?
Yeah.
After writing create function, we are writing returns keyword, right? So what we were giving there. So what we are specifying.
Data type.
So it will return an integer data type. That's what we were giving, right?
Yeah.
But here in table valued functions, we should write it will return a table data type. Okay. Here the table. So we have discussed a table variable, right?
Yeah.
So we told that table is also a data type. So when it is coming to the variables or the functions, so the keyword table
Yes, sir.
is also treated as a data type. Okay.
Yes.
So here in the table validate function, we should give that table data type in returns. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just write the same syntax, create function.
Create function name.
Table.
Yeah.
So since we are returning a table
Yeah.
here,
Yes.
so table usually consists of columns, right?
Rows and columns. Yeah.
So we should give those column names also.
Column names also.
Yeah, we should, along with the table data type, we should give what columns we are going to get in that particular table. Okay.
Okay.
So open brackets.
Yeah.
So like how we have declared in the table variable also the same thing, right? So for any table variable we are going to declare, we will be giving the columns. Remember? The same thing we will be doing here. So let's say in this function we are going to get employee name and his salary. Okay. So what we need two columns. One is employee.
By name, na? Yeah. Another one will be the salary.
You have to write the data types of the columns also.
Okay, and data types also. Okay.
So what is happening is after the returns,
Yeah.
so you have given the data type, right?
Yes, sir.
You should declare a name for that table also.
Okay. Table.
Before the table data
Yeah.
type, you should declare a name.
Okay.
Like at the rate some, give at the rate.
Yeah.
No, at the rate some name.
Okay.
Give just TBL.
Just
TBL space. Yeah. Now at the rate TBL is our table. Okay.
okay.
And its data
And
type
its
is
data type is table.
table. Okay.
Okay.
And the columns inside that at the rate TBL is ename, which is
E-name
having
and
a
salary.
varchar,
Yeah.
and the salary column, which is having integer data type.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
why we are declaring all these things? Since we are going to get a table, okay, the table
In
should have a
return, we are
name. The
getting
table should have a data columns. Those columns should have a data type. Right.
Okay.
So that's what all the details we are specifying in the returns keyword. Okay.
Yes.
So this is what we are going to return. We are going to return a table data type which having ename and salary columns. Okay. So we should give everything here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now as in the the beginning, we should write the beginning block here. Okay.
Yeah.
So since our at the rate table is there available,
Yes.
so what we should do, we should insert the data into that at the rate table.
Okay.
Just write insert into at the rate table.
Yeah.
Select star from, select EMP name or ename.
Select E name.
Yeah. Take the columns from the table. From
Data types also you need to give also.
no. These are select query. We should not give the
Yeah.
data types, right?
Yeah. From
So into whatever table we are going to insert, there we have already declared the data types of the columns,
yes.
right? From which child tab, right?
Yes.
We were using child tab. Where?
Okay. Yeah.
DID equal to 101. So we'll just write. We are just using a filter condition that is not required. We are just using that, okay?
DID is equals to 101. Okay.
Now just execute the select part. No, select part. Only the select part. Yes. So this is what we are going to get as a result of this function. Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to insert these two records, these two columns into the
Result.
table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Table.
Okay. Now after this, just write return. That's it. Return.
Here no need to mention data type. Huh?
Yeah, no need to mention the
table, no?
yeah. Why? Because here we are not declaring any variable. So if you see in the scalar variable, we were declaring a value. We were declaring a variable to store the value of the output, and we were declaring that variable. I mean, we are returning that variable, right?
Yeah.
If you see in the scalar variable, we first declare a variable, store the output of the query in that variable, and return that variable. Right?
Yes.
Here we are not using any variable to store the data. We are directly inserting into the table here. So we can just write return.
Okay.
Just write return and end.
After return, we need to give an end or before that?
After return. Just select this particular function.
UD.
So we had given schema name for the table name.
Cannot find either column review or ambiguous.
We should use dbu.
Okay.
Yeah.
cannot find either column DBO or user defined function or attribute DBO. Point.
Go and check in the database whether the function is created or not. We have created in practice commands, right? Open practice commands, expand, and in programmability, we'll have functions. Understood procedures. Expand table valued functions.
Yeah, it's created.
Modify that. Click on modify. Oh, sorry. Sorry. So it is a table, right? We are returning table variable.
Yeah.
You should use select star from.
Here, no?
Sorry, while doing the select statement, just close this. Close this.
Which one, sir?
The current one. You have the 66 tab.
Yeah.
Close it.
Check
Check in one.
Yeah.
So here you do select star from. In the end, right? So we are selecting the values from the function right there. Select star from. So it is I forgot it is a table. Select star from. Yes.
In the result, we are getting table, no?
Yeah. Forgot that. Yeah.
Okay.
So if it was just a single variable, we were just doing the select.
Yes. Here return in the returns, we need to give table variable.
Just write another function. So with parameter. So here you take the instead of hard coding the department number, we will pass the department ID.
Here we will need to do parameter.
Yes.
Okay, then. It's a table, not a return.
Yes, it is going to return a table, right?
Yeah, then how can we use a parameter like a single equal?
See, we are passing the what? Sorry, we are passing the parameter to a column here, right? Where DID equal to TOTL. So we are passing the variable parameter to a column,
Mhm.
right?
Okay, okay.
So that will passing the parameter to a column will return a value that will filter some conditions, right? But eventually we are going to get a table only,
Mhm. Yes,
right?
here we need to give in parameter we need to give value, na?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can change it now. 102.
Mm. Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So this is how we can create scalar and table valued functions
Okay.
with and without parameters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about indexes now. Okay. So have you seen index before anywhere?
No. Oh, mean primary key it will create a index cluster index automatically.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. But in regular life, not in SQL
Uh,
purpose perspective.
Index means it like every syllabus book we can
Yeah.
see the indexes syllabus
So
part.
there you can see the indexes, right? So what it will have? It will have the headings and
Yeah.
it will have the page numbers where it is available in the book, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So using indexes, the searching will be easier, right? If you
Yeah.
want to search for a chapter in your textbook, so if you go on checking each page, that will take forever, right? But
Mm.
if you have some index page, okay,
Yeah.
there you can search for that. You will get the page number and you can directly go into that page number and
Yeah.
check for what you want, right? So index makes the searching easy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The same concept is applicable in SQL indexes also. Okay.
Yeah.
So indexes make the query perform better. So
Okay.
whenever you have some, so if you are doing just select star from a table,
Okay.
that doesn't matter. Okay. Whether it has index or no, it doesn't matter. Why? Because so you're just selecting all the data from the table.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you're not trying to search anything, or you're not trying to get up any particular value, right?
Mm.
So you're trying to get everything, you're trying to get the whole thing from the table, right?
Yeah.
So their indexes are not much of a use. So why? Because we are not trying to
We are
search anything.
retrieving whole
Okay,
thing.
we are retrieving the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But so whenever you have uh, where
We need to
conditions
search for a
particular,
specific
yeah, whenever
specific
you have a filter condition or a where clause, okay, there the indexes will come into use.
yeah.
Okay, so basically in SQL Server, indexes are created on columns, on the column names inside. In tables, we will be having columns, right?
Yeah.
So on those columns, we will be creating the index. Okay.
Mm.
So in where conditions also, we will be writing on top of columns on the right, where DID equals to this 101, or ename equals to Smith, like that, right?
Yeah.
So we will be writing the filter conditions on top of columns only, right? We will be searching the data in particular columns. So
Yeah.
let's say we have written where did is equal to 101. What we are trying to do here? We are
We
trying
are
to
searching for
search 101 in DID column,
yeah.
right? So here we are searching,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So that's why the indexes are created on columns. Okay,
Yes,
just
sir.
a minute. Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Another? ಯಾರು ನೀವು? ರಾಂಗ್ ನಂಬರ್. And yeah. Yeah, Haji. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So indexes are created on columns. Okay.
Yes.
So based on our use case, we have different types of indexes that we can create. But any index that we create is for the same function to make the search easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It any type of index that we create. So the main purpose of creating the index is to make the search easier. Okay. So what will happen is, so when we are discussing about primary key,
Yeah.
so we have discussed that. So whenever we create a primary key on a column in a table, so a clustered index will be automatically created.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You remember? So clustered index is one type of index, and the other type of index is non-clustered index.
Okay.
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 Yeah. So what are the properties of primary key here?
Sir?
What are the properties of primary key?
It's a combination of a not null and a unique key. It doesn't allow any null. And
no duplicates allowed.
no, it doesn't allow duplicates also.
Yeah. Yeah. The data here will be in sorted order.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it automatically creates a index, a clustered index.
So it will automatically create a clustered index, and the data will be in sorted order.
Yeah, sorted order. Yeah.
So since whenever we create a primary key, so the data will be in sorted order. That is because of the clustered index.
Yeah.
Okay, since the clustered index is getting created along with primary key,
yeah.
So the data will be in sorted order.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, because when the column is in sorted order, okay, this will make the search easier.
Yeah.
For the table. Okay. So if you have random values in the table, so if you store the values in random, so the searching will be difficult. Okay. But if you store the data in sorted order, the searching will be easier. Let's say we have some 5 lakh records or a million, 10 lakh records. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to get some, 6 lakh one record, so you can we'll have, the data will be split while searching. The data will be split into different leaves. Okay. I can say different branches. So it will be different groups. Like say the first group will be, greater than 5 lakh, and another will be less than 5 lakh. Okay.
Okay.
So in the each leaf, again there will be different leaves. Okay. In each node, there will be again different leaf
splitting
nodes.
in.
Okay. Again, say it will be like, from the 5 lakhs to 7.5 one node, and 7.5 to 10 one node. Okay.
Okay.
And again in 5 to 7.5, so we'll be having 5 to 7 1, 5 to 6 1, and 6 to 7, and 7 to 7.5, like 3 nodes there. Okay.
Yeah.
And in that also we'll be having different nodes. Okay, based on groups.
Okay.
So now, so when we are searching for 6 lakh one record, so what the system will do, it will not scan the whole values. Okay.
Yeah.
First it will compare the value.
So where it could be, the 6 lakhs one could be, obviously it would be in the second node where the data will be greater than 5
Greater than
lakh, right?
5 lakh.
So in that also it will search again. It will not the school, it will not search for the whole 5 lakh node. Okay. The
Yeah.
whole second node. Again, there are leaf nodes for us. Okay. Whether it is less than 7.5 or greater than 7 lakh 5. So it is less than 7 lakh 5. In that 7 lakh 5, we have different nodes. 6 to 7, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, and 7 to 7.5. Okay. In which thing I have to search? I mean,
6 to 7
if
it
he is
will
searching
come.
from 6 to 7, so we will get the actual value what we needed, right? So
Yeah.
out of a million, 10 lakh records. So how many records we scanned here?
Yeah,
Hardly
mostly
1
2 to
lakh
3.
records.
Yeah.
Hardly within, like, let's say if the node is from 6 to 7, hardly we searched from 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So hardly we searched, we scanned about a lakh of records.
Yeah.
So that will be saving more time and it will not utilize systems
Less.
resources much.
Yeah.
Okay. The usage of system resources will be very less.
To
And the
scan the
performance
records,
will be higher.
consume less time to search.
Yeah, that is how
Indexes.
index work. So mainly the clustered index. Okay.
Okay.
So we have we call that concept as nodes. Main node and the leaf node. We call that concept as binary tree concept. Okay. So the data will be stored or sorted in the form of a binary tree. I mean, in different leaves. So a set of data will be different leaves. Okay. So each leaf will have a set of data. Okay. So based on that, the search will happen here. Okay. So every root node will have a leaf nodes. Okay. So based on those leaf nodes data, so we will be able to search the data here.
Yeah.
Okay, which makes the search easier. So that is about clustered index.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So non-clustered index will also work in the same way. Okay. It will also have leaf nodes and root nodes and all. But the thing is, so on top of the columns where the clustered index is created, okay.
Yeah.
That column will not be in sorted order. Okay. That column will not. So on columns where the clustered index is created, non-clustered index is created.
Okay.
That column will not be in sorted order.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But on top of the columns where the clustered index is created, that will be in sorted order. Okay.
Yes.
So whenever you try to select data from that table based on that particular column, so you will get the data in sorted order.
Okay.
But if you try to grab the data from a table, so using a column which is having non-clustered index, that will not be in sorted order.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens here is, now how it is making the search easier is, so non-clustered index will store the sorted order of the data somewhere else. Okay. So not in the table. So it will in its virtual memory. So it will be storing the sorted order of that particular table.
Okay.
Okay. I can say it is going to create another column, another table kind of thing in its logical memory.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever we are trying to query the table, so our table, okay, so our table is having a non-clustered index, right? Let's say on ename we have a non-clustered index created. Okay. Let's say we have ename on ename column, so we have a non-clustered index created. So whenever we are trying to search for a value in the ename column, okay. So in the ename column, so we have different values, right? So every column, every value will have a pointer. Okay. Every column in the ename column, every value in the ename column will have a pointer assigned. Okay. So what that pointer will have is, that pointer will have the address of that value in the logical table. Okay. I said, right, the sorted order of the data will be stored in a logical table, right? Another logical table. Okay. The sorted order will be stored somewhere in the logical table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So whenever we try to get the data from this column, from the main table, okay, physical
Okay.
table. So the system,
Which is
the
not
value,
non-clustered index.
yeah, which is a non-clustered index.
Okay.
So every value, so whenever we hit that particular row or record, so everything will have a pointer. The pointer will have the address
Of
to the
the
logical table where
yeah.
the value
Okay.
is stored. Okay.
Okay.
So based on that, whenever we query this, it will go to that logical table. Okay. And it will search there.
Okay.
Okay.
The data, if whatever we insert in
No, I cannot say the whole data. So it is a logical table. It will be in binary mode. Okay.
Okay.
So the data occupied will not be much. Okay.
Okay.
So it will be in binary mode.
What I mean to say is whatever we inserted in the format without indexing,
Mhm.
we inserted in a manner as our requirement, as our randomly we had inserted, na, sir.
Yes.
Actually,
Yes. Yes.
see, in that same order only it will be in the main table. If we apply a non-cluster index,
Yes.
it will looks in whatever order we have inserted. It will be in the same order only, na?
Yes.
Okay, okay. But if we apply a non-clustered index on that column, particular column,
Mhm.
it will create a so it will sort our data in virtually in some else
In logical table kind of.
logical table.
Okay.
Okay. Then search
So
will be
search will be done. So I said right. So every value will have a pointer here. Okay. The
yeah,
pointer will
yeah.
be having address.
Hmm.
That
Okay,
logical
okay.
table. So using that address, it will search in the, so the same scanning will happen in the logical table.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So that way we are going to get the data from the non-clustered.
Again, search will
columns.
also be easier then.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Pointer stores the data, address of the variable.
Yes. Not a variable. You can say a value.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are kind of a small differences between clustered and non-indexed. So as I said,
Hmm.
so the sorted order of the data will be stored in the physical table itself. Whenever you create a clustered index,
Clustered index.
the physical, the order of the table will be stored in the table itself. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But whenever you create a non-clustered index, the order
The
of
data
the
will remain
columns,
same.
yeah, the data
It will look
seems
same.
same. Yeah, the order of the data will be same. Okay.
Yeah.
In the physical table, the order of the data will be same, but in the index table, it will be in sorted order. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever the logical table or index table that is created virtually,
It will
it is
sort
going
in
to,
logical part.
yes, in the index part. Okay. We call it as index table also. Okay. And one more is we can only create one clustered index per table.
Okay.
So that means we can only create one primary key for one table.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can create many non-clustered index columns. On the columns. Okay. We can create
As of our
index.
requirement, if
We can create many non-clustered.
non-clustered index. In this particular column, I don't need a clustered index. Then we need to apply a non-clustered index on that
Yes.
column.
Yes.
If we write a clustered index on one column, particularly for a table, we can give a
Only one
primary
clustered
key in the example clustered index means it will sort the whole table. Na? So
yes.
Specified columns, if we don't need a clustered index, then we can give a non-clustered index.
Yes. So
Okay.
basically, the non-clustered indexes are given on ID columns.
Yes.
Okay. Any ID it might be.
Yeah,
which are unique and not
yeah.
which cannot be not
Null.
So only on those columns
We give
we
a
will be
clustered index.
creating the primary key and the clustered index is created.
Yeah. Okay.
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 And one more difference is So I said whenever we create primary key, the cluster index is created.
Yeah.
But whenever you create a unique key,
It will allow
non-clustered
one
index will be created.
non-clustered index.
Yes.
Okay.
So whenever we create a primary key, a clustered index will be created.
Hmm.
But whenever we create a unique key, non-clustered index will be created.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So these are like some basic three differences between the two indexes.
Okay.
But so apart from the advantages of creating the indexes, we have some disadvantages also. So I want you to go through that part. Okay. You can just check some of the websites and you can collect some points. Okay.
Okay.
And we will discuss on them. Okay.
Okay.
Next class. I just want to know what are the demerits of indexes.
Of indexes.
SQL Server. Okay.
Okay.
So in the next class, we might we check with triggers. Okay.
Yeah.
And we will close the class. Okay.
Okay.
With SQL. Fine.
Okay. Cursors no need, sir.
Cursors, I'll give you a brief thing. Okay. I think that might be very confusing for you, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, but we will definitely discuss on them later some point. Okay, whenever you are well versed with the other parts, we will deal with that. But in real time also we will not be using cursors much.
Okay.
Why? Because it will occupy much space, it will degrade the systems, the performances are not that good. So most of the times we will be avoiding using the cursors. Okay. There are very less use cases of cursors also. Okay.
Okay.
So but triggers and all we will be using sometimes, not all the time. That is also only sometimes. Okay.
Okay.
But cursors are I can say the least used ones. At least in some projects, in my last two projects, there are no cursors, concept of cursors at all.
Okay. Okay.
We don't have to use cursors at all. We have other mechanisms to make the functions of cursors. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll discuss about triggers. If possible, today I'll ping you sometime to discuss about triggers if you're available.
Okay.
We can have a quick session about triggers and we'll close the SQL today. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Tomorrow shall we meet?
Not sure to tomorrow Sunday, right? So.
Yeah.
So mostly we'll try to finish it today. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll have a holiday.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.